before we get started, this is obviously the session of using Wakelet as a tech coach. It's one of my favorites of the week, I must say, as we're joined by some amazing speakers. So yeah, over to you guys. Any questions you have, just let me know. I'll be in the chat box. But yeah, over to Jenallee and Manny. Yeah, take it away.
Yay. Sorry, guys. We had to put in our hello. We were like, oh, wait.
Oh, wait, I haven't seen it.
All right. Well, good morning. There's so many people we're trying to reach out and say hello. We are so excited to be here today. And thank you so much to James and the whole Wakelet crew for inviting us to be here. It was such an honor and a privilege to be part of the Wakelet Community Week. And we have learned so much already from watching all of the other sessions. They've been amazing. And
so good.
I mean, we're going to have to go back this weekend and get caught up on all of them, but super excited. And there's still many more great ones to come. So we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Jenny Long.
And I'm Celie Clark.
And we are Jenallee.
Oh, it feels so good to do it in person. We've been doing it virtually. I'm like, oh.
This is the first time in 3 months we've been together doing this. It's amazing. But we are instructional technologists with Eagle Mountain Saginaw Independent School District, which is a little bit north of Fort Worth, Texas. So we work together. We get to work with an amazing team, and we get to help our 21,000 students and almost 3,000 teachers integrate technology. And we use Wakelet much different than our friend that's joining us today. We'll let him introduce himself in a second. But we use Wakelet completely different than he does.
Yeah,
so
it's really exciting.
And we've learned from him. And so we're excited to share how we use it as ed tech coaches and how we work with students in our district, and also how we work with our teachers and do professional development. And so this is how you can connect with us. We actually have a YouTube show called The Jenallee Show. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we are on Twitter, very active on Twitter. So please follow us individually. I'm JLo731, please Celie Clark, and together we are Jenallee1. And then we also have a blog. So Celie has been working really hard on our blog. So check that out. Our website is really nice. And but we would just love to connect with you. So definitely we'd love to hear things that you're doing. And if you have questions, we'd love to connect with you after this is over as well. So we also have our amazing friend Manny with us, and Disco.
Hey.
I don't have my music.
Oh, what happened?
I had like this whole thing planned where I was going to play disco music for Manny, and we're all going to dance. Oh,
that's all right.
Well, you can still dance.
I know, it's okay.
All right,
I am Manny, just me, just Manny.
Amazing Manny.
Yeah, Discotheque Manny.
Yeah, Discotheque Manny. Yeah. My Twitter handle is Manny Discotheque, and I chose that just because I always think that learning should be fun, and disco music makes me happy. And it's just like every time I have disco music in my classroom, it's like, yeah. So my kids love disco music because I play disco music all the time. And I'm just like Manny Discotheque and tech for technology, obviously. So I just made this super amazing website that you'll be able to see. That's here. I just believe in just making it fun, showcasing all kinds of apps to the teachers, make it relevant, and I believe in teachers should be able to choose what technologies to be using. So whenever I'm teaching all these online classes, I just expose them to all kinds of things, just because they expect so much from kids, and like I do the same thing to them. You do the same for your kids, I'm gonna do the same for you, honey. So when I was talking to Jenallee, I was like, oh my gosh, it's true. We use Wakelet in very, very different ways. You'll see. But I'm also an ed tech coach. I work for Cypress Fairbanks in Houston, Texas. And this is insane that we have people from all over the world. It just feels so awesome that, we can get this platform to showcase this awesome app.
Hey, Manny, I also want to say, we would love for you guys to follow us on Wakelet. So up here, you can find Manny at Manny Discotheque on Wakelet. So, as we're talking about our collections and everything, we'd love for you to follow us on the actual Wakelet platform. That way you can connect with us too there and see all the collections. And then we are at Jenallee without the one, because nobody stole that on
Wakelet.
we own that one on Wakelet. But Manny, we just want you to kind of tell us how you're using Wakelet with your teachers and students. And we'll let you have the floor, the disco floor.
All right, well, let me share my screen and get it going. I have my ginormous screen on the other side, so I'll be looking like I didn't sleep well because I'm like looking the other side. Right? Okay, I don't see my little, oh yeah, there you go. I'm like, can you see my screen?
The famous question.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
All right, so, whoops, I went too down. Where is my, who we are? Oh yeah, we also want to know who you are. So you can put it on the chat because we need to follow that. And they already did that. And this is how I share it. So I create online classes and I import, well, I showcase different apps within my classes because I want them to experience them and then they can use it with their kids. If you, here in the Wakelet, I added this video that I'm not going to play because we're adults and I'm gonna demo it, live for you. But I did this demo for you so you know how is it that you can collaborate using the Wakelet. How are you gonna put it in whatever you want to. If you create an online class or you're sharing something with teachers, you're gonna get a link for them to collaborate inside your Wakelet. So that's what this video is. And we're gonna go to my awesome website. So there's the link, it's just Manny, it's up here too. It's mannycuriel.com. And I'm not a fan of white, if you can tell. You can totally see you can see my screen, right? Because I don't see this frame. Okay, okay. Usually I have a frame, but anyways. All right, so look, I'm not a fan of white. And this is what I
He's dancing.
For the kids and for the teachers. So, all right. So here in the sessions, you'll see some of the sessions that I've done in the past. So obviously this will be the ones we have today. The video will be here. And this, you see which button? This one, the one that is like on your face. Because teachers tell me, I can't see him. I'm gonna make a move. I'll make a move so you know which one it is. So the Wakelet that you're seeing right now, it's going to be linked there so you have access to that. Then previously with my awesome friend Jess, we did this session on Flipgrid. And if you click in this button, it's going to take you to the website that I use. So this is what the teachers will see. They have like a little welcome thing. I want to know how many teachers I have trained in the year. It's like an intro video. I explain the class of, because this is not a Wakelet class, this is a Flipgrid class. But here in the tutorials, you are going to be expected to record your learning in WeVideo. So I'm explaining to something else. And this is how you're going to be posting your learning inside of Wakelet. Now, I did not link this video to, this is something they have to share with your teachers, like how they're going to post their learning into the Wakelet, because they don't know. So you have access to this. That's why I didn't put it. I didn't want to make a 4-minute video because it's too long. Anyways, so they will go through all the stations. I told them that they can go through the basic stations, the new stations, and it's a lot. So they get to pick because every classroom is different. So they get to pick. Then I give them a Wakelet of ideas of real classrooms, so they can see that this is how teachers are using it. So I made this Wakelet with tweets of teachers, like this is how I'm using Flipgrid in the classroom, so they can see that it's not just me saying it, it's teachers using it, and they can see that if they on that tweet, it takes them to the actual tweet, and they can see the responses and stuff. So of course I have the Merles, obviously, how they use Wakelet. So this is just to give them like real life examples, right? So I have a Wakelet there. And then when they get to turn in their work after they've done all their learning, they have to do another Flipgrid reflection. And then I take them to the Wakelet that they're all gonna have to post their work. Now, this is not linked to my, this is the one I have on my website. The one I have live is this one. So if you can see that I have no items here because this is the one I have for my website. And then I have some other classes that I teach. This record your lessons is, oh my God, I should have done this class a lot sooner. I do have some look and see like collections that I have for me. And whenever I go into Twitter, I was like, "Ooh, that looks so good. I'm gonna cook that." Right. When I taught WeVideo in summer school, I created a Wakelet for them so they can showcase the videos that they have created. And I have this on my WeVideo class because I want teachers to see that first grade students can also make WeVideos because they go like, "Oh, this is just too complicated." Like, no, honey, a first grade can do it. You can do it too. So I created I curated all the videos that the kids made, and they're able to share that with their parents as well. So when I went to Shanghai, they say there's no social media in Shanghai. I was like, I'm gonna make me a Wakelet because I want to go to this place, this place, this place, this place, and I put maps, directions, notes, and everything is in there. So Wakelet does work in Asia, okay? So this is what I wanted to show you. The actual Flipgrid class. This is one of the oldest classes I have. I've redone it a whole bunch of times because OMG, all the updates that they do, it's okay. So look, this is where the teachers will go and upload their work. So I have their name, their link. Look, this girl made a Wakelet inside a Wakelet. I was like, I just saw that. Her own Wakelet. She put the link there, and then she also added it here, so it's the same one. And I could not leave a comment there, but I'm so excited about the new update about the comments because it's coming. So I changed the picture because I'm like, this is so awesome. So I'm shooting rainbows with my hand. And I leave in my comments. This is my Mexican way to add comments because in the past you could add comments to Wakelet. I was like, so I will edit their comments and that will make them, black, and I will put, my name there. And I love the fact that it's timestamped because my classes run from, it's 2 weeks. And, here you get that is 3 months after, oh, I just submitted the video. And I'm like, oh, honey, you submitted the class ended 2 months ago. The class is close. So I love the fact that it has a timestamp. But look, teachers also can upload the picture. It looks so pretty. That QR code looks amazing. So they will upload WeVideo links. I let them upload however they can. I love when they do a comment and a link because I can see it and I can edit. But look, they put the WeVideo link. It looks really good. That looks awesome as well. So teachers, let me see if it loads a lot more. I give them options to upload their work so everybody will see what everyone is doing, what they've reflected, what the feedback that I'm giving them, and they learn from each other, I love that part. I love that teachers learn from each other. So look, this one did WeVideo link and just put the whole thing there and it's there. So the video, but to put the link in the words. So this is how I use it. Now teachers have then tell me, OMG, I love how it looks. I love that I can see other people's posts. And I love the fact that I can only mess up what I inputted. Because I know now you can toggle it on and off. But to me, that's a huge seller. Students don't need accounts to do this. You can just share this code because they didn't have to create an account. Now I see teachers with accounts, with accounts like mine, that students are submitting their work and everybody's learning from each other because it looks amazing. So that's one way I use it.
Hey, Manny, can you share how you share the code, where you get that code?
Yeah. So whenever you create, let me just use this one. When you create one, you click. I like to click on either unlisted. Well, I do unlisted because this is, and I don't have the permission to post it out to the world. I have this as public because this is linked to my website. And once you do it, either one of those, and you click done, you click on contributors. That's right, I said I was going to model it and I didn't model it. So sad. So this is the link that you'll give them. You copy this link, and that's where you're going to go and embed. This is what's in here, embedded in this picture right here, and on the words, because you never know what they're going to click on. So I'll put it above. So that's how you invite them in, and the first thing they'll show is what's your name. So they'll put their name, and then it will immediately put them in. And I love the fact now that the way to say OMG, people are like, I don't understand, it's not saved. I'm like, well, did you click and save? No. I'm like, well,
Yes,
maybe not.
the auto save. Thank you.
So I don't get no more emails from teachers saying my video is now there no more. So
I think James got tired of our DM saying, James, help us, please fix this.
So excited about that. So Manny, I love that you are creating a class and a course for your teachers, because this is different than the way Celie and I do it. We don't necessarily create a course for our teachers for them to participate in and leave those comments as contributors. So I love that way.
I especially like it because you're really modeling for the teachers as a tech coach how to use it in their classroom. And so the students in their class, they can go in, share that link, and allow students to communicate and leave their thoughts, formative assessment, so many pieces you can add, and a great way to model it.
I love that. And you said, like you said, now your teachers are then going and seeing, since they were a student in your course, they're going and replicating that with their students.
Yes,
so, I love
really like that, because I forced them to do this in the beginning. They're like, oh my gosh, I signed up to learn Flipgrid, Manny. I'm like, I'm pushing you the same way you would push your students. And then they love it. At the end, with the last movie reflection, they're like, oh my God, I love this. I'm totally going to use this in my classroom. And they do. They do. So I love this. And to me, this is easy to go check their work, leave them feedback, and show done. Some of the videos are so great that I tweet them, I download them and add them to my website. I was like, this is what this teacher has learned. It is so easy to showcase this way. So yeah, Wakelet is awesome. Something else that I do, and I have like 2 minutes. I'm gonna show you Mr. We did a Zoom meeting, and he put all this resources in a Wakelet. So when we have a meeting or a session or whatever it is, you can upload all your links into a Wakelet and all the resources. So you can give them a QR code or you can give them a link. Now, the one we did was private, so you can't see it. But look, like virtual field trips, you can have a collection of all of that. So instead of giving a whole bunch of links, it's all together in there. And then something else that I like that Jake Miller does is all the Twitter chats, because I get lost with Twitter chats, as many as I've done. I still get lost. It's easy to create collection based on a Twitter chat, and you can see them here. Bruce, his name is Bruce. I am nervous, so you know. So I was like, what's his name? So so all the tweets are there, and when you click, obviously it takes you to the actual tweet, and you can follow. But this is a really great way, if you forgot or you missed a Twitter chat, that you have access to that, and Wakelet just makes it so much easier to find things. So that's how I use Wakelet in my life, and it makes it so much easier. So I love me some Wakelet.
Yay!
You did so great. I mean, I think that calls for like a dance party.
Ooh.
Oh yes.
Good job, Manny.
We don't have any music.
I know.
That's fine.
It was my one job.
So sad.
Good job, Manny. All right. Well, and that's what Celie and I have taken away from learning with Manny, is that, to use this as we're in this time of distance learning, and how we can use this platform more for, doing an actual course. So we use ours in a little bit of a different way. We'd love to hear some of the ways that you are using Wakelet so that we can learn from you. So drop that in the chat so that we can kind of interact and see some of those comments, because if you have other ways that you're using Wakelet, we'd love to see that. So we want to share with you some of the things that we do in our role as EdTech coaches. And I think one of the main ways that we use it is actually with creating tutorials for our teachers. So not necessarily a course or class like Manny does, but an actual tutorial.
We also do newsletters, and like Manny mentioned, Twitter chats. Our district has one, so we'll show you kind of how we operate with that. We do conference curation, and we even do PD resources. For tutorials, though, we were on a campus, one of our campuses, and we were working with a teacher, and she really, the principal, I'm sorry, and she really wanted to create information for teachers on how to live stream their events. So they do morning announcements, spelling bees, all of these different pieces. And she needed directions for herself and for her teachers. And so, of course, our traditional way of creating directions would be make a video and then also make a Word document, insert all the pictures and put in directions underneath it. However, that can be time consuming because of all of the formatting pieces within Word. And so we were like, okay, I was just sitting there with her and then I was like, why don't I do this in a Wakelet? I'm just going to try it. And so like I took all my screenshots, uploaded them all in one big upload. And then I just went in and put in the words in between. It was so easy. I loved it. And so now we've started making all of our tutorials that way just because it saves us time. They're beautiful. We can share them out with links and then house them right here in Wakelet and have it all organized where people can come here and find what they're looking for. One of my favorite pieces is that it also has GIFs as well. So it'll play the GIF right there. So it's almost like watching a video tutorial of what to do. So it really is a great way to quickly make them. So we kind of want to show you a couple examples.
And it's pretty much our go-to. Like anytime we think of putting together a resource, we're like, let's put this in a Wakelet. Like where else would we put it? So everything that we do, that we share out, we pretty much put everything in a Wakelet. So I mean, it may be on a different platform, but we always pull those together and create a Wakelet out of them.
So we give a few directions here, and then we also include their step-by-step directions and the pictures to let them know exactly where to go within the platform to do it. And it's beautiful, it's easy. You can scroll through, and like Jenny mentioned, it's a great way to organize all of our content because as tech coaches, I'm sure y'all are like us, we make tons of stuff, but a lot of times we don't know where we put them or we use it one time, but then we know if one teacher has that question, another teacher does as well. And so this is a great way to curate all that information.
And one thing, and you probably are aware of this, but just want to point it out, as Celie is scrolling, you should see the book with the speaker, which is one of our favorite accessibility tools. So Immersive Reader, and that's what we love too. In this platform, you can use Immersive Reader and even your littles can still have this content read to them. So it's just an amazing feature, and we love that that is part of Wakelet.
We also love read mode. Just yesterday, we were helping some teachers in curriculum writing create Wakelets for their classes, for their hyperdocs, and for their Engage section and Explore. And they were putting in articles and using the read mode so that way the students could read it there as well. So they don't even have to leave the Wakelet to go do that.
Awesome. And I think that's one thing too. And in our role, we work with curriculum to help them create lessons and resources. And, you know, of course, yesterday, even we were like, what about a Wakelet? Like, so, you know, it's in just the same way as Manny, you know, we are modeling and working with our teachers and curriculum, and then in hopes that they will take that and then pass that forward to their students as well.
And one of the things we did yesterday, and Manny showed it on his website, is he embedded his Wakelet in his website. It looks so great. We embed them a lot in OneNote. So we built out our hyperdoc in a OneNote and we embedded the Wakelet, and it just looks great. It flows. The students know how to access it. So it really is a great tool to embed into other applications.
Another way that we encourage, we haven't really done this ourselves as a newsletter, but we have a lot of teachers doing it this way. So we learned about this from Erin Flanagan, and I know you've probably heard her name with Erin Integration. Amazing resources. If you don't follow her, look her up. Definitely make sure that you subscribe to her blog. She has some really, really great things. But she created templates, which is another thing that we love. You can create a template, copy that. So a lot of our Wakelets, we actually make public and copyable, so that if you want any of our resources, have at it, because that's what we believe in, is we want to share and we want to learn, because that's how we learn is from our community. So if there's anything we have that is not copyable, definitely reach out to us. We'll make that.
I'm going to have to tweet that as the quote of the webinar today. That was good. I like it. It was good. You just keep going.
Okay. So this is Erin Flanagan with Erin Integration, and this is one of our teachers. We have some great teachers at one of our campuses, and they grabbed a hold of this newsletter idea. We have some third grade teachers, and this sweet friend, Amy Seaton, she let us use her Wakelet newsletter. So this is one of hers in January that she put in here, and look how this is Erin's template. So she just took Erin's template and then modified it with her own information. So all those headers were already in there from Erin's creation, and then she went in and just put her information in there. So you can add your pictures, your dates, you know, and we love the emojis. We love adding the emojis to our headers because Super, super fun. If you don't know how to do that on our computer, we're on a Windows machine. We just hit the Windows button and the period, and then it opens up the emoji screen. So we put those in everything. We're a little obsessed with emojis. But you can see here that she just went to town with her newsletters, shares those out with the link. You can embed them and so forth. So newsletters is another great option that our teachers are using Wakelet for.
All right, so like Manny mentioned, Twitter chats, we have a Twitter chat within our district each month. And so we also curate those tweets in a Wakelet and then share it out with people who may not have been able to make it, or maybe they just want to go back and see something as well. And so here they are. Someone asked earlier how to curate them. And so let's see if I can remember. I haven't done this in a while. Remember, we haven't had the tweet meets in a while. Let's see. So if I go to add and then tweets, here it's going to let me search by hashtag. So I can even search for our hashtag. Oh, did I do it wrong?
I don't remember.
It's been a while
It's
since
the MS Ed chat, but maybe there's, but you're in it, so I don't know.
Oh, so sad. So you can search for the hashtag. You can also search for users too. And then you can add those tweets. And it usually pops up and lets you add a whole chunk of them at one time. So you don't have to actually search for them individually.
And I love, and I never knew this, and I know Wakelet and everyone does this too, when you put out your Twitter chats, you use the notify part. So up in the other area.
Before I get out, also note that there is add and reverse order. So that's a nice feature too. So you can change the order in which the tweets come in.
That is important. But that notify piece, because you've seen that on Twitter where someone will say, you've been mentioned in my Wakelet. And so we learned about this, like just when you think, I mean, I don't know everything, but just when you're like, oh, I know how to use this platform. We were on a webinar with our friend, Matt Joseph, and he was sharing this because he does a million Twitter chats.
Yeah,
and
he's so good at them.
And so that notify part is really awesome. So then that when you tweet that out, people that are mentioned in your collection will get notified.
So where do you get that?
Maybe the 3 dots. Oh, look, notify. So as you're building it and then you click that notify, then it will tell those people that were mentioned in the collection that you've mentioned them. So that's a good tip. All right, let's move on. Conference curation.
This is one of our favorites.
So we love attending conferences, and we love to just build all of the memories and the resources and pictures. We're a little obsessed with pictures. I mean, my selfie ability is going downhill because we haven't been together to take pictures.
But it's so good. So if we're ever together, Jenny's the one that takes the pictures.
Although it was Celise's birthday yesterday, so I got to go back in memory lane and pull a bunch of things.
Yeah, it was so good. It made my day.
Fun. We love pictures. Yeah. So, collections with pictures and conferences.
Yeah,
so, so we can go in and just take all, you go to a conference and there's so many resources that you get. And we love to, we've been in some sessions where they have used the back channel to use Wakelet as a back channel. So we love that as well. When you're presenting and you're teaching something, using that, just kind of like how Manny did, share out that code, people can join and add and collaborate and join your conversation on the Wakelet. So building and pulling together all those resources. And that's what we just love. I mean, Wakelet itself just is a curation platform to pull together all of your favorites. So we love to use it whenever we go to attend different things, conferences, any event. I mean, any event you have on your campus, you can pull together as a curation.
Now, the way we've been using Wakelet right now that's been super instrumental in our distance learning platform is curating it for their tidal wave collections or for PD. So PD for our teachers and also even for our parents and students. Because during distance learning, our teachers needed to know how to use certain platforms and how to, maneuver within this new world. But then our parents needed to. They needed to know, how do I get my kindergarten student online? And then also our students. So a lot of our students knew, but they needed refreshers. And so we created PD resources for all three. But we really used what Jenny likes to call the tidal wave within it to make it look like a website with clickable buttons.
This is one of our favorites. So, like Celie mentioned at the beginning of this, for our district, and every district had a different way. It might have been on your website or just a collection of how are we going to get these resources out. So we built one main Wakelet, and then we started adding multiple Wakelets within the Wakelet, therefore a tidal wave. So in this view, you can see it looks so pretty, and we're going to show you how you can change those different views as well, but it's just multiple Wakelets within the one. So then we only shared out the one link, one QR code, and then they click that and they have access to all of these different things that they're going to need during this distance learning time or anytime.
So we really tried to organize it by tool because a lot of our teachers needed tool specific things. So like we did Flipgrid, Canvas, OneNote, Microsoft Teams. So we really were making sure that we, laid it out to where they come in and find what they want. And then once you go and you click on one of them, let's click on this one here. Then now everything you need about Microsoft tools for distance learning is here. And so then it's got all of your content curated within it, but it is a Wakelet within a Wakelet. So one of the things people keep asking us, or we keep seeing too, is how do we make the buttons? So that's really changing your layout. So let us show you how to do that real quick. We'll do it in this one. Is it that same way? Yeah. So within the collection, you have all of your pieces. You can do change layout. And this lets you do media view, which is the standard view, the default view that it comes with it's all laid out. You can also do compact view. Grid view is the one that we have where it does the buttons. Or you can also do mood board, which is our favorite to use with Twitter chats because it really makes the board look great with all the different tweets.
It's more
that come in.
Pinteresty looking.
Yeah. So I like that for Twitter chats. I think that's what Manny was using with his teachers when they were turning in their work. Is that right?
Yes. Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, it's so good. For it to look more like a website, though, we like the grid view because then it gives you more of like a standard buttons.
Slee, will you show us how we can add a Wakelet inside of a Wakelet?
You got it. I'm going to let you walk us through it.
All right. So we're just going to go into one of our collections. So we can, we already have one open, right? So let's use
this
one.
one.
Okay. So we're going to take the link to this one. So
you can do the top link or you can even do the share link, either way, right?
Mm-hmm. So we're going to grab this link and then we're going to go back to that Wakelet that we have that we're working in. And we're just going to, we've already clicked edit. So we're in edit mode. So now we're going to go ahead and click the green plus. And then I'm just going to paste that because it's a web link and voila, there it goes. Super, super easy. So you're just taking that other Wakelet link and pasting it in as a web address right there inside of your Wakelet. And so then you can build collections inside of collections. So we call that a tidal wave.
And we love how pretty it is. Like it automatically made the button look good and it lines up. It really is a great way to, make a website out of Wakelet.
All right, so that's one of the main ways lately, especially in this time of distance learning when we can't all be together and we're trying to share our resources. We just put everything in a Wakelet to share out. And we have loved getting videos like Mike Tholson, is, making all kinds of videos day and night. And so we'll go and grab YouTube playlists and put them in because we are a Microsoft district. So we really appreciate everything that they are putting out there. And there's so many resources out there that we can just build in this platform to share out. So making and using PD resources has been huge for us and for our teachers. And so we've seen so many of our teachers over the past few weeks are like, oh my gosh, I love Wakelet. And in their classroom, we were just talking with some teachers yesterday, like we have all these places we want students to go research, but we don't want them to go down a rabbit hole or, go into something unsafe. So why don't we put it in a Wakelet?
Yeah, I love scaffolding it, especially for those younger elementary students, because it really does allow me to give them content and choice where they can go and search, but in a way that I know they won't get lost.
And we love the accessibility, immersive reader, the share option. And now with all the new updates that were just released, it's going to be even better spaces and all of the different ways that you can collaborate. So we're super excited about that. At the bottom of this Wakelet, we have actually added a few resources for you. Again, this is how we did our.
I know. We embedded them for you because we wanted you to see how pretty
they're all in there. But we actually just put some Wakelet resources. So if you are new to Wakelet and you're just like, how do I get started? Wakelet also has some great resources for you. They have some videos and different things to help you get started. Their blog is amazing. Definitely check out their blog. You'll get, great emails with resources as well if you subscribe, and they have a YouTube channel as well that's filled with information, and these videos and these recordings from all the sessions this week will be on their YouTube channel also. So definitely connect with Wakelet, because they are not only an amazing platform, but they're amazing people.
And Debbie, I forgot, I told you we would show you how to search for people.
Oh, yeah.
I know. So at the top here in Wakelet on the search bar, you can type in a person, you can type in, any term that you're looking for.
Let's look for Manny.
Let's look for Manny. Let's see, Manny, did I spell your right name? Your last name?
But it's not,
right.
it's not.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Because let's say you don't know his name. You don't know what he goes by,
so
right?
you see you have collections and you also have people. So I'm going to click people.
Ooh, let's see.
And let's see.
I see.
So then you can just click on Manny, and now you're going to see.
Here's the real question. Are you following him?
Jenny, stop it. This is the Jenallee account. This is the Jenallee account.
I took care of that for you.
Yes.
No, stop. I see how it is.
We're following you. Do you see that?
Yeah, we are following.
Boom, Manny. We got you. Don't worry. All right.
Oh, and I love this too. This is his profile. So we didn't really talk about this, but in your profile, when you click here, you have the ability to set up sections over on the left-hand side. And then you can go in. I know the Merrills touched on this a little bit too. You can go in and organize all of your collections by section. So ours is done that way too. So we can go in and there's just a little drop down. You can create as many sections as you want and drop those in and organize them. So when someone goes to your profile, they're going to see a different view than when you're in your dashboard. So it's a completely different look. So definitely take advantage of your profile. And you can see here, Manny has a little bio, and he is at Manny Discotheque though. So that's how you would find him. But it should show up.
That it found him. Yeah. Can I show one of our other favorite people? I bet you can guess who it is. I'll just put the first letter.
Mike.
Oh, you know it.
I'm like,
Oh, of course. He's also purple. See?
oh, but remember
his is different. What is his? His is one that we have to know his.
It's
M. Thompson, yeah.
Mhm.
If you're not following Mike, definitely go check out his. He's got tons of amazing Wakelets full of great information. So he is someone that we really enjoy following as well. On our profile, we wanted to show you kind of how we laid ours out too. So like over here, we broke it down even by some of our main topics and apps that we use a lot. So that way people could see all of the content that we have.
Love it. Awesome. All right. So I think we're kind of wrapping up. If there's some questions, we can definitely kind of look at those. We're trying to catch some of the questions in the chat as well. James, how are we doing?
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Jenallee and Manny. That's such an amazing session. So many cool ideas being shared. And I think the chat box was different this time. It wasn't too many questions, but it's more people sharing ideas with you as well. I think you've inspired a lot of people today. So if you quickly just look through the chat, you'll see a bunch of people sharing some positive messages. But one question from me, what I had to all three of you is, say we have some tech trainers or tech coaches just starting out on Wakelet. What is the first thing you'd advise them to do? Would it be to use it personally first, or how would you say to use it?
That's how I used it first. In fact, James, you inspired me because I'm a travel
I
addict.
remember that day though.
You remember?
I remember.
Yeah. So James calls, we start talking, and I was planning a month-long trip to Europe. And so James was like, oh, let me show you my travel collection.
He's like, Jenny, come over here and listen. Just listen to his accent. I'm like, okay.
I was like, it's fine. He just messaged me on Twitter. I don't know. It'll be fine. Come on.
I got something similar too. I messaged him like, who is this James?
I know. I was like, come on. He's from the UK. It'll be fine.
That's how I met all three of you.
And so he shared out your personal Wakelet with me. And I started curating all the places I wanted to go in Europe. And so then that's how I started. And then I started using it with Twitter on my phone. So any tweets I didn't want to dive into, I just started sending them to myself in Wakelet. And that's how I got started. And then it just like the idea of, working with that principal and it just popping into my head that we should use Wakelet for tutorials, things like that just keep happening now that we've used it a lot. So we'll be doing our normal creation pieces and we're like, oh, why are we doing it this way? Like it'd be so much easier.
And I think I remember our first actual classroom experience was we were doing a collaborative project with a class in France, and they were studying endangered animals. And so we put together a Wakelet collection of just the resources. It was third grade. So we went ahead and put in those websites that we wanted them to go to, but working with that teacher to work with the students. And then, we're like, oh, just the ideas just started flowing. So, I did start off with the app too, just starting to save tweets, save links in the app. So
the app is amazing. We really enjoy it.
Yes, I love the app. Just like what Bruce is saying, it looks really pretty on the phone. And I like it whenever I'm looking, this is what I use it the most in. When I'm in Twitter, you click on the share share to, you click Wakelet, you pick the Wakelet you wanted, and boom, it's done.
Boom. So great.
That is like amazing.
It's dope.
Boom, is done.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. Honestly, there's been so many ideas shared in the chat just from you sharing your ideas. Which is what we love seeing the most at Wakelet. Like, there's no one way to use Wakelet. As we just learned today, there's tens, hundreds of ways you can use it. So a big thank you for joining us today and being so inspirational. There's a lot of people asking for your Twitter handles and your Wakelet handles. So if you could pop them in the chat as well, that'd be amazing. Manny's pointing to us right now.
The other way. It's backwards.
Oh, other way?
Yeah, it's backwards.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Oh, it's over here.
That one.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see their handles are there under their videos. But yeah, in the chat as well, if you could, that'd be amazing. But there's a few other questions about resources and the recording of this session. Yes, we record every single session. All the resources that Manny and Jenallee shared will be put into a Wakelet collection with the recording and sent to you via email in the next 24 hours or so. Inside of that as well will also be a certificate of attendance. It's just to say thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. We know it's a weird time at the minute, and taking an hour out of your day to learn more about anything, but to learn more about Wakelet is really special to us. So thank you. And again, another massive thank you to Jenallee and Manny for taking time out to show us through Wakelet.
Well, it's our pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting us, and it's been a great experience.
No worries. Thank you very much, both.
I did a dance for Bruce, apparently, and we're like my little. Yay!
That's amazing. Honestly, thank you so much. No, thank you for joining us, honestly. So what we'll do is we'll keep the chat open for another 5 minutes or so. So Jenny, Sally, Manny, thank you very much again. If we could just mute our videos and our mics, and then we can answer any questions in the chat. But to everyone else, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.